What's up, retirees and future retirees? Today, I want to talk about that stock market rug pull right at the after hour. Oh my goodness. I mean, let's think about it, right? I'm at Knott's right now, and let's talk about a roller coaster. It was kind of like, oh, during the day, it was like stock market's going up, going up. I'm like, how is this even possible? I mean, the tariffs are about to be announced like today. And so the stock market's still going up, going up, going up. And then the next thing you know, I check my stock markets after hours and it just boop, rug pull. Oh my goodness. So how did the stock market rug pull? Well, first what happened was Trump announced only 10% tariff based tax on everybody. So the stock market's like, cool. And then the next thing you know, he goes, oh, but hold up, there's more. There are reciprocal tariffs on all these different countries. And they're not even reciprocal. Some of them, we're charging them less to import into our country, and then they're charging us in the US more when we send stuff to their country. So it's confusing how these numbers came about. I'm Cambodian, so I looked at the price for the Cambodian tariff, or the tax on Cambodian goods coming into the US, and it was like 49% or something like that, and it is like the highest out of all the other countries, which is insane. So I had no idea that Cambodia was charging tariffs on US goods that was like close to 100%. Clueless until I saw the list, and I was like, cool, Cambodia made it somewhere into the Trump list of tariffs. Anyways, let's talk about how this can affect your portfolio, because you know, I'm saving for retirement. I'm pretty sure if you're watching, you're saving for retirement. And when you're watching these stock market like just drastically change from going up and up and up and up, and then just a rug pull and just go straight down like that, literally right at after hour, it's not fun. It's not fun to see that. I was like, yeah, I'm up today, $400. No, I'm down today, $400 at the end of the day. That's insane. That's crazy. And I think that has happened because it spooked the market, and the market is afraid of all these tariffs being put on the businesses, which will pass the costs from these tariffs onto the consumers like us. Now, I'm gonna be upfront. This tariff thing is not going to affect me that much because I've already set plans in place to mitigate all the rising costs, right? There are a few things that I'm paying for. There's a rising cost, but the one thing I refuse to pay for in rising costs is food. And so that's why I'm here at Knott's with my year plan and my meal plan for the whole year and my drink plan for the whole year. I literally am paying nearly $200 for food every day should I choose to eat at Knott's every day at lunch. I mean, at dinner, okay? And on the weekends, I can eat lunch and dinner. So I'm saving myself $20 to $30 every day by at least $20 or $30 every day by eating at Knott's. Just let that sink in. Multiply it by 30, like, you know, in a month, right? Every day. And then multiply that by 12. So I'm saving a good chunk of money I'm gonna use to put that into the stock market. So that's how I'm mitigating, you know, oh my goodness, my stocks like it's plummeting. It's okay. I'm gonna buy more. I mean, I'm not worried because again, the tariffs is not going to affect me. The people it's going to affect most are the people who are paycheck to paycheck. You know, they're like true consumers, not investors at all, in my opinion, because if we're looking at it, I keep hearing consistently from multiple channels and from the things that I've read online that half of America are not saving for retirement, and they have like little to none saved for retirement at all. So that's why I'm saying it's not really affecting me much because I have a stable job and everything like that, and I'm able to afford to take the hit on these Trump tariff tax. So that's enough about me. I want to talk about how the stock market is going to react in a way that is going to cause people to panic. So if I were you, I would not panic. And don't panic sell. Because if you think about it, the stock market is going to go down because people are afraid of uncertainty. And since people are afraid of uncertainty, what they're going to do is they're going to think, well, I'm going to pull my money out of here and put it over there because that's the smart thing to do. I'm going to go to defensive stocks, right? So as you're thinking, if you know the terminology, defensive stocks, you would be like throwing money into like Coca-Cola or something like that, or some kind of dividend stock, right? So for me, the defensive stocks are going to be the ones that are going to not really grow that much, and they're just going to grow slow, or they're going to go down slow, but then they give you money as you go. I did not mean to rhyme like that, but your boy got bars. But yeah, I mean, I have some money in defensive stock already, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy more of those stocks that are dropping, like for example, Palantir, or hate to say it, Tesla. All right, I got a little beef with Elon, but you know what? He's probably gonna cook it and turn it into bulgogi for me, and then we're gonna share some of that bulgogi in the future, because I believe that Tesla is going to be the stock to watch because of FSD, because of their battery and all that stuff. Now, right now it's just turmoil for Tesla, but in the long run, I think it's gonna go up. And I'm also sinking more money into SCHD, JEPQ, and I'm gonna throw some money into VOO as well, just because I feel like that's a safer stock to buy for growth type stocks. So for me, the growth type stocks are the Palantir, the Tesla, and to be safe, like I said earlier, VOO, SCHD for the dividends, and JEPQ for the monthly dividends. So that is how I'm protecting myself and investing more while the stock market is plummeting. So don't be scared is all I'm saying. Now, for those of you who don't have any plans at all, you don't know what to do, and you're afraid and you're scared and you're gonna sell off your stuff because you need the money, if you can, you should have saved up enough money to, draw from in terms of money that's not invested. Money that's invested, again, this is not financial advice. I'm just a guy on the internet, telling you what I'm doing and then maybe what you should do, is to keep your money in the market unless you absolutely need it. And go ahead and find ways to mitigate how you're going to spend money on the essentials. Like, for me, food. I came here to Knott's, and I put in my investments for $200 or so into my meal plan and my drink plan to get my meals paid for so that I can, because those are essentials, right? Everything that you need that are essentials, go ahead and spend money on that. But for example, if you have spending on stuff that you don't need, for example, subscription fees on stuff that, like for me, I need to cut my subscription fees for GoPro. I sold all my GoPros already. I don't even know why I still have a subscription fee for my GoPro, and I keep forgetting to cut that, but I think I know why now. It's because I remember that I have some files that I need to back up first before I end. So I need to do that. I'm going to do that right when I get home, okay? And you guys should find a thing right now that you can get rid of in your monthly fees that you do not need, that are essential for you to be able to keep on living. Me having a GoPro account is not something that is going to help me keep on living. That's like an expense that I don't need to pay for, right? And then another thing that I'm planning to do is I got to convince my wifey to cut the phone bill, like the telephone bill. I don't know why we still have a landline, and I understand why. I shouldn't say I don't know why. I understand why we have a landline, just in case of emergencies, but everyone's got a cell phone, and most people have cut their phone plans unless you're a business, basically. So I don't see why we're still holding on to this fee that I can use that money to invest into the stock market instead. So that's what I'm planning on doing. Those are my 2 action steps. So I want to challenge you to go find some fees that you do not need to spend money on and save that money. You better save that money for something more important, like an emergency fund. And after you build that emergency fund, you pay off all your debt and everything like that. And then you are going to go ahead and take that money and invest it. All right. So for me, that's what I would advise you to do. So you let me know what are some fees that you are going to go cut right now, because you don't need it. You don't need it in your life. Okay. So I gave you mine. You tell me yours. So I'm going to end it right there. There's a lot that I can talk about. I can keep going on and on and on, but I just want to make this about 10 minutes long because I got to go home and hang out with my daughter before she goes to bed. I'm trying to be a good father. I'm investing my time in that. So anyways, let me know what you guys are going to do in the comments down below. And we're going to say goodbye now with rock, paper, Peace. See you later, retirees and future retirees.
Oh yeah.